management and leadership on our campus, and I have the opportunity to work with our elected student body officers, which is really fun. Also work with our campus clubs and teach some leadership as well. So Melbert, thank you so much for inviting me here this morning to this event.
Yeah, we're going to take you on a magical tour through campus.
Magical.
It is an online tour, and we hope all of you learn from all that is available here. There's even more. We couldn't get all of it within this hour. There's so much more available, but we thought we could give you the most important parts of the campus that help enhance your PUC experience here. But before we do that, you've told us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little, how long have you been here at PUC? And
been here for about 2 minutes, and it's been great. No, I've been here for actually, this is my 21st year.
Wow.
Here. I know. You can't tell because I have no hair to show the gray. But yeah, been here a very long time, was a student here as well. So I bleed green and gold. This place has helped form me and shape me into the person that I am. And I love it here. So I know you're going to love it here as well.
Yeah, and I know, Doug, you have helped shape and form a lot of our students and student leaders. So, you know, a lot of them have come out of leadership at PUC and the SA, and Doug has helped them become even better leaders.
Stop it. Stop it.
So, so you're asking about me?
Yes. Oh, sorry, Melbert. How dare me. Melbert, tell us a little bit about you. How long have you been here and why you're here?
Well, number one, like you, I also went to PUC as a student, so I'm an alum, class of 1991. Yes. I worked at another institution for 4 years and then came back and have been here for 25 years.
You beat me. Well played.
So I spent most of those years in the visual arts department, and I taught graphic design. And for 12 of those years, I was the chair of the visual arts department. So although I miss it a lot, this is the second year of being the academic dean here at PUC, and I'm enjoying this position immensely. So I get to work with even more wonderful PUC people and more PUC students, and so it's been great.
Love it. We love having you in your new role, but Melbert is an expert on this campus, and so use him as a resource. He's fantastic.
And use Doug too, you have plenty of resources.
No,
oh wait,
no.
We're gonna go on a resource tour.
I cost people. You know, if you want me as a resource, it's high dollar. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, so let's talk about what we're going to be doing. We're going to go through all the different departments and programs, and they've put together some really great videos that are going to help inform each and every one of you what is available in their area. So enjoy the next hour or so, and we will be your guides for this resource tour. So
buckle up.
Buckle up.
Click.
So what is the first place we are going to be going to?
You know, I think we'd like to see the TLC, which is our Teaching and Learning Center on campus, Melbert.
The TLC.
Yes.
Teaching. I get it. TLC, Teaching Learning Center. Okay. So we have a segment put together for our TLC, and let's let her roll.
Hi, welcome to the TLC. My name is Martin Pita and I am the director of the center. Also, I am from Argentina. But what does TLC mean? TLC means Teaching and Learning Center, but also we provide here tender and loving care. The TLC is located in the heart of PUC, and it is a unique building, a metal building. And before moving on, I'm going to ask you one question and 3 different options, and you have to decide which one is the correct. The TLC in the past was a chemistry lab, probably, or a custodial storage, could be that, or an essay storage. And the 3 of them are correct. This building for a lot of years was in storage until like 20 years ago, someone came up with the idea of having a center for academic success to help our students, and she made it. And today we are still helping students to succeed throughout college. The Teaching and Learning Center provides academic support services that enhance students' abilities to succeed in college. Students regularly come to the TLC for academic advising, tutoring and writing lab, academic mentoring. Student skill courses and academic efficiency seminars are also offered each quarter in our TLC grade room. The TLC is located, as I said, in the heart of PUC, between the dining commons and the Vidian and Chanshan halls. Academic advisors can give you special insider tips that help you transition faster into the new college culture. Advisors can help you to know which classes to take each quarter to get your degree without wasting your time. Two mentors here at the TLC, me being one of them, are academic advisors. The other mentor is the Global Health Advisor, and she helps her students with classes and different pathways. As I mentioned, the TLC offers free group study sessions Sunday through Thursday for 40 college subjects and even more. PUC students may attend sessions in business, languages, math, and science, as well as other lower division courses like history and stats. Students are able to schedule their own meetings by going to the TLC website. It is that simple. Writing Lab goes way beyond proofreading. Writing Lab instructors work with the students individually on how to organize their ideas and to express themselves more clearly. We encourage students to attend tutoring sessions and using the Writing Lab to improve their grades. The best thing of all the services are for free. And now my favorite, mentoring. Many students making the sometimes difficult transition from high school to college could benefit from a little guidance and some conversations on topics ranging from successful navigating the college culture to how to best keep up with college demands without being overwhelmed. An academic mentor works to personally analyze how each student approaches the college and helps to set new learning, study skills, time management objectives to boost their productivity. Any student can request to meet weekly with one of us to get the help that they need. PUC also offers extra academic support through the TLC. College Bound 1, or GNST 104, is a course that consists of two parts. The first part are dynamic and fulfilled weekly seminars in study and time management skills. The students learn to capitalize on which learning and organizational strength they already possess rather than focusing on academic weaknesses. The second part consists of weekly meetings with an experienced mentor to focus on each student's personal needs. The second class is College Bound 2, or GNST 105, and it is the next in the sequence. The students have weekly meetings with a mentor in which their academic progress will be tracked one-on-one basis to ensure they receive the support that leads to their academic success. Both College Bound 1 and College Bound 2 are open to any student who wants to improve their chances of success. Also, we pay special attention to student athletes. One of our mentors works directly with them to ensure they meet all the academic athlete protocol, including providing student hall sessions here at the TLC, as also weekly meeting with them. The TLC also offers another class, and that is Pioneering Success, or GNST 110. One of the members of the TLC teaches this class for all new freshmen and transfer student athletes on ways to be academically successful with study skill tips, orientation to campus, and an introduction to campus resources. These students usually visit different cities and they're playing representing PUC. So also this mentor is going to meet with them weekly to know that they are doing all the things they can in order to succeed. Another group of students we support are the veterans. One of our members works with them, with the veterans, assisting them with the transition to college, advocacy with professors, sponsoring their club, and also hanging out with them in their lounge in the next building. What else can I say about the Teaching and Learning Center? Yeah, this is the Academic Resource Center, but this is also the center where you're going to find people that are caring and understanding, and when you need to talk, you just come here. We empower students to engage and persist towards their goal. We encourage them all so they can get what they really want and what they came for. So, another thing, come to PUC, TLC, and we are going to receive you. Probably you don't need anything. Probably you just want to hang out with friends. So come, take coffee, a cookie, and enjoy with your friends. And welcome to PUC.
All right. So if you want to know more about the Teaching and Learning Center, you saw those links there. And the Teaching and Learning Center is also at the center of our campus. So if you're here on campus or when you get here on campus, the TLC is right there. And so they would love to see all of you there. You know, doesn't matter if you feel like you are failing a class, you just want to get better in class. The TLC is there to help all of you. And Martin Pita is our new director there. And he's Argentinian, by the way.
Good to know.
He loves to tell people that he's from Argentina.
Yeah, you know, the thing I love about the TLC the most is that you don't want to go chasing waterfalls. You want to stick to the rivers and the lakes that you're used to. So just a point to remember about that.
Yeah. Oh, wow, it's getting chilly in here.
Wow. My left eye is itchy. I don't know why. And we don't know who the T is in TLC, but a great band. Okay, check them out.
So if you're just joining us again, we're here at the Campus Resource Tour with Doug Wilson and me, Milbert Mariano, and we hope that you enjoyed learning about the TLC. But you don't want to miss what's coming up later on in our tour. We are going to have a very special guest.
That's right.
So
stick
around.
Yeah.
Watch every single second, minute. It'll be very important to see what we offer here at PUC as our campus resources.
I mean, if for no other reason, just to stare at us. So you're welcome.
It's a dream come true.
It really is. All right.
So Doug, tell us about the next segment.
The next segment is our ACA program, our Adventist Colleges Abroad. And this is a program I have spoken with many students who have participated in this, and it has enriched their lives tremendously. And so I know that you're going to be really interested to see this video and learn more about this. I think it's something that every student should do and participate in.
Absolutely, I hear that as well. Any student who has gone, they say never have they said, I regret going.
Right.
They all love going. And there's a lot more people that don't go that regret not going.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm one of them. I regret not going on Adventist Colleges Abroad. So what is it all about? Well, let's take a look.
Salut, ciao, merhaba, ni hao. Hi there, my name is Sylvia Rossi Gregoruti, and I'm with the World Languages Department here at PUC. I'm also the ACA representative on campus, and ACA is Adventist Colleges Abroad. One of my favorite things to do is help students study abroad. They also travel, they also make friends, and they also learn a new language, and they learn about a new culture as well. With ACA, you can study abroad either for a summer session or for a whole school year, or even for 1 or 2 of the 3 quarters in the school year. There are 11 ACA campuses, and most focus on language and culture, but there are a few campuses that have a specialization, like the campus in Italy has a specialization in art. If you study abroad in Israel, you can study Biblical Hebrew. And if you study abroad in the UK on our England campus, you can also take classes in business, also in literature and in history as well. All ACA programs have amazing tours built into them. You can travel on your own as well. And one thing to keep in mind is that when you are abroad, you're considered a PUC student. So your financial arrangements, if you happen to have state or federal loans, or even if you have church assistance, those things apply to the charges for study abroad. And they are actually less than you may think. So you don't have to be a world language department major to study abroad. It's open. It's a program that's open to everybody. However, something to keep in mind is when you're on a campus that teaches a foreign language, you can earn a minor while you're abroad in that language. And if you come back and you have a little bit of time, you can wrap up studies in a second major, whether that's language and culture studies with an emphasis like Italian, French, or Spanish, Portuguese, Arabic, German, or you can do a Spanish studies major, wrapping up your studies pretty quickly when you come back after your study abroad. It's a great idea to start learning a language before you go abroad. The more you know before you go, the better time you'll have when you get there. So please do take a look at the class offerings that we have in the World Languages Department. We offer classes in Italian, in Chinese, in Korean, in Spanish, in German, and in French. So please do take a look and see if you can take one of these classes before going abroad. The earlier you start, the easier it is to fit study abroad into your academic plans. So go to the ACA website. You can also email me at srossi@puc.edu. And based on the experience of hundreds of PUC students who are ACA alumni, I know you won't regret taking this chance.
Hi freshmen, my name is Marina Maya. I am a junior here at PUC and I study fine art and language and culture studies with an emphasis in Italian. I studied abroad at the Italian school in Florence, Italy, and I studied there for 5.5 months. And I chose to go there because as a fine arts major, I wanted experience with all of the museums that they have there, and I really got what I was looking for. I would highly recommend you go on an Adventist Colleges Abroad program because it's a way to get experiences that you're not going to get anywhere else.
Hello, welcome to PUC. My name is Ruben. A few years ago, I had the wonderful opportunity to go and study abroad in France. I wanted to go and experience Europe and travel and learn French language and culture, and that's exactly what I was able to do. I went and I studied in Collonges, which is in France, for 10 months, and I learned a whole lot about French, the language, the culture, the people. As well, I was able to travel to almost 15 different countries over the year that I was there, and had an amazing experience learning all kinds of different things, making great friends, and lots of wonderful memories. I'd highly recommend to all of you that you consider going to study abroad. You can go to France, to Spain, Italy, Germany, Austria, all over the world. It's an amazing opportunity, and I suggest everybody give it a consideration. And to add to that, after my year abroad, I was able to come back here to PUC, and with just a few extra classes, I was able to add a whole nother major thanks to my year abroad. I'd highly recommend it to anybody who enjoys traveling or music or language or learning new things or different cultures. It's an amazing experience and everybody should try it. Thank you.
So think about it. Please let me know if you have any questions. Again, my name is Sylvia Rossi Gregoruti. I'm in the World Languages Department, and I'd love to talk to you about Adventist Colleges Abroad. This is the time in your life to do it. Ciao. Bis bald. Hasta luego. See you later. And welcome to PUC.
All right, and some great information there. As you saw at the end, there's some links and of course the email for Sylvia if you want to get more information. We learned two things for sure. Number one, going back to our previous segment, the T in TLC stands for T-Boz. Of course, we can't believe we forgot her. But secondly, you don't want to miss out on going abroad. I mean,
Absolutely not.
Incredible opportunities, Melbourne.
Yeah. You know, and we know that all the different Adventist College Abroad schools are up and running. And so they're, you know, as coming in as a freshman, think about next year
Right.
or even the year after that. But think about it as part of your experience
Right.
in college.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the most memorable experiences most college students have that do go.
Absolutely. And speak to your advisor about that. They can help you with that whole thing. So you are definitely going to want to stick around. There's a great segment coming up here. And I think Milbert's got has a little something to say about it. So
About the segment?
Yeah.
The next segment?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have a next segment coming up, and
Right.
and it's the records department. So if you are wanting to register, you can do that online. But if you are having any trouble registering, whether it's a class that may be full or whether you may want to in the future take an overload, contact the records department. And so they'll talk a little bit more about what they do and who they work with. And so let's hear from Jonathan Bradley, our registrar, and he'll tell us more about records.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Bradley, and I'm the registrar here at PUC, and I oversee the Academic Records Office. The Records Office is responsible for quite a lot of things across campus in terms of academics, but the two things that are probably most relevant to you are that we maintain your permanent academic record, and we confirm your degrees and send your diplomas out once you're finished. The Records Office is responsible for enforcing all of the academic policies and standards here at PUC in order to make sure that your degree actually means something when you're finished. We do more than just enforce the rules, though. Our staff are knowledgeable and able to help you navigate those rules to make sure that you can find the most efficient and effective way to complete your degree within the rules. For the most part, you'll be working with your academic advisor to complete your degree, to select your classes, and make sure that you stay on track. We do work closely with your advisor, but if your advisor ever has any questions or anything themselves, or if there's something they're not quite sure of, we can step in to help. We are familiar with a wide variety of methods that you can use to complete a certain requirement, including things like transfer credit, credit by exam, directed or independent studies, and so on. Well, sometimes you might find yourself in a situation where you need to request an exception to a policy or something, and we're the office that you're going to stop at for that as well. We handle all kinds of academic petitions, such as requesting to overload for credit in a quarter, or requesting substitution for one of your degree requirements, and things like that. So if you feel like there's something that you need to ask for help on or an exception, you can contact our office and we'll discuss with you whether it might be appropriate to submit a petition, and we'll walk you through that process. The Records Office also oversees both incoming and outgoing transcripts. So if you've attended another school and you send those transcripts to PUC, they're going to end up in our office. We take a look over those transcripts and we make sure that all of your classes are properly equated in the system to match the requirements here if they apply, to make sure that everything counts where it needs to count. And if you need us to send a transcript to another school, Academic Records is the place that you'll go for that too. Delene Drescher is our Academic Records Specialist. She is probably the person that you're going to deal with the most when you contact records. She handles a lot of the everyday things like helping with class registrations and issuing transcripts. She's the one that you'll work with if you have questions about petitions and so on. If you need to contact Delene directly, you can reach her at records@puc.edu. Candy Karstens is our graduation and transfer analyst. She's the one that you're going to work very closely with your senior year or the year you intend to graduate. You're going to submit a graduation application, and then she's going to look over it with you and make sure that you've met all of your degree requirements. And if you're missing anything, she'll help you find ways to fill those gaps and make sure that you can graduate on time. Candy also oversees our transfer credit coming in. She'll look over your transcripts from other schools and make sure that that credit is applying towards your degree where it needs to as you work towards graduation. If you need to reach Candy, you can do so at gradanalyst@puc.edu. Vivian Gao is our transfer specialist. She also deals with incoming transcripts and making sure that credit is applied where it needs to. But she is also very heavily involved for new transfer students in reviewing those transcripts and all of your credit that you've taken and making sure that credit applies where it needs to, and giving you a sample evaluation so that you can have some idea of how much you have left to finish a degree at PUC and how long you can expect it to take. You can reach Vivian directly at transfer@puc.edu. And I handle all the behind the scenes things that kind of keep everything running smoothly in the academic side of campus. One other thing that will be relevant to some of you though is I'm also the VA certifying official for PUC. So if you are a student veteran or active duty military, or if you're the son or daughter or spouse of a veteran, and you're using the GI Bill to help pay for school, I'm the one that you're going to work with to make sure that your courses are certified to the VA so that the VA will pay whatever they're able to help cover college for you. So that's the PUC Academic Records Office. If you have any questions related to transcripts, grades, degrees, or anything like that, we're the office that you're going to want to contact. Welcome to PUC, and we look forward to working with you in completing your degree.
Okay, that was very informative from our records office and our registrar, Jonathan Bradley, our registrar. So if you have any questions, you saw the emails there, contact them, and hopefully registration goes smooth or has gone smooth for you this quarter.
I will also say that I'm a little jealous of his mustache and goatee. Kind of reminds me of Colonel Sanders. But it looks good. Looks good on him. I couldn't pull it off, but I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, it was quite a surprise to see him. I think COVID has been a fun time for a lot of people as they build facial hair, different hairstyles and things like that.
True. I actually had hair, halfway down my back, and thanks COVID, no more hair. So.
Yeah. So again, you'll want to stick around. There's a lot of different segments that we're going to take a look at. We're going to be coming to you and showing you things like honors program, the library, global development, allied health, campus ministries, but a special segment is coming up. You'd want to stick around, everybody.
For sure. And if you're just joining us, again, my name is Doug Wilson, and over to my right or left, I'm not sure how it views, Milbert Mariano, the academic dean here on campus. We are your guides through this resource video extravaganza, really, is what it boils down to. But coming up next, Milbert, I think we have a video segment that is going to speak to a lot of people.
Yes, one of PUC's missions is missions and service.
Well said.
And so let's hear from our missions coordinator, director, Fabio Maya, and take it over, Fabio.
Hello, welcome to PUC. This is our missions department where we do a lot of community service, mission projects, and mission trips, and also our student missionaries. I want to talk about community service and how you can get involved when you get over here to PUC. One of our projects over here, it's our homeless ministries. You can get involved by signing up every weekend. Every Sabbath, we have a team that goes to Clear Lake, a community just not far from here, and we serve our homeless community. You can sign up online in our website and be part of that every single Sabbath whenever you desire to serve. Another way to get involved in our department are our mission trips. Every year we go back to Fiji, Brazil, Peru, Kenya, and here in our website, you can just follow the instructions, how to sign up, also how to fundraise for those mission trips and be part of that. Every year, we keep going back to the same communities and supporting the needs of the communities that we chose to work with. The other part of the work that we do over here is to send student missionaries to the same communities that we go and serve as in our mission trips. So you can just go the same way and register, get our mission brochure, and sign up over there to become a student missionary. But of course, this is pre-pandemic. What are we doing now during the pandemic? So we're sending out digital student missionaries. Justin Yan, one of our students over here, decided to be a student missionary, and he's teaching English to a student in Brazil. Hey, I'm here with Justin. Justin, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us what you're doing as a digital student missionary.
Sure. So I'm working as a digital student missionary at Librarian. So I'm working with students in Brazil, teaching them English, having weekly tutoring sessions with them. So it's through Zoom and WhatsApp. I've been contacting the students I've been matched with, and I'm pretty much helping them improve their reading, speaking, writing, and every aspect of English.
Awesome. We know that mission's about building relationships, so you're connecting with someone thousands of miles away, but still being able to be a missionary. So thank you so much for doing that and for connecting and being our first digital student missionary over here at PUC. Thank you. We'll be praying for you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. So another way that you can be part of this is to become a student missionary online. We create a new program over here, I Will Go Online, and we're sending digital student missionaries. Justin Yan, it's our first digital student missionary, and he's teaching English to a student in Brazil. So even though we cannot travel yet, we can still serve, and that's a way that you can be part of our student missions program over here. Just follow us on the website. Here's the link over here on our page. You can just sign over there and connect with us. And if you need more information, please come and visit us over here at the missions office. I hope you enjoy and have a good time over here at PUC. And we're here to serve and be the hands and feet of Jesus.
All right. So we are back. Boy, Milbert, I love Fabio Maya. He has a passion for missions. He also seems to have a passion for Fiji Islands. I don't know what it is. Like, he seems to really enjoy taking mission trips to Fiji, Hawaii, those kind of places. I don't know what it is. No, I'm kidding. But he has a heart for missions. He has a heart for our students experiencing that. And so I just want to encourage all of you to think about how you can carve this into your student life experience here at PUC.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that Fabio, other than missions, is just even service. And you can serve here on our campus and in our community. And not only do we do missions, not only do we do service, we do it with love.
That's right.
We serve with love. And so that's part of who we are at PUC. So thank you. It's good to hear from Fabio and our missions and service department. And so
what do we have coming up next? What's the next exciting segment for our students to see?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Doug.
Thank you.
We're going to hear from our honors program. And if you were here earlier, you saw me talk about the general education package. And the honors is an alternative to the general education package, where you take a series of courses that are based in reading a lot of primary sources and discussing them with a group of like-minded individuals, and actually diverse individuals. And so we come in here, they wrestle through it, and they learn from it and they grow from it. And so the honors program has been around at PUC for several decades, and it has grown into a really great program. We've had some really great students come out of the program. They've become all sorts of things: doctors, lawyers, judges, and teachers. They've become a lot of different things. So let's hear from our new honors director, Allison Fox, about our honors program. Take a look.
Good afternoon. My name is Allison Fox, and I am the latest director of the honors program here at PUC. I just took this position over the summer, so I am still learning a lot of things, and hopefully I can help you out as much and as rapidly as possible, but I do really appreciate your patience if I seem to need a little bit more time to deal with a few things. But anyway, I am pretty new to this myself. However, I actually was an honor student when I was here as an undergraduate at PUC a while ago. I'm not going to be specific as to exactly when that was, but it's been a little while ago, so it's a little different now. But I do understand quite a bit about the program from a personal perspective, so hopefully that helps give me a little bit of empathy for the things that you might face, and also a sense of the joy that is the honors program, because I am definitely really excited to be directing it, and I think it's a really fantastic program, and it helps you develop a really good community here at PUC. So I can't stress enough how cool it is to start the honors program and to be in the honors program. So a little bit about myself. I am actually the Access Services Librarian here at the Nelson Memorial Library at PUC. That means that I have helped people primarily with how to find things, and I've done a lot of teaching for the library. And I've also taught for the English department, so I've done quite a bit of teaching here at PUC. I have a master's degree in British literature, and then I also have a master's degree in library science. So that's my academic background, and obviously I'm also an alumna of PUC, so again, related to being a student here at PUC. And I mentioned how cool a program the honors program is, but a little more detail about that. So when you become an honor student, you engage in a program of study where things are meant to be really interdisciplinary. So your seminars may have a particular subject focus, but even within that subject focus, you're going to talk about a lot of different things that relate to that, but we're going to bring in a lot of other subjects as well. So you have the opportunity to look at texts and do research that incorporates a wide variety of things. So for example, if you are taking a class which has primarily a theological focus, you'll probably be looking at a lot of different kinds of texts. You'll probably be studying history to a large extent. You'll be looking at geography potentially. You might be looking at ideas about how science and religion relate to each other. So one of the really cool things about the honors program is that within each topic, you have so many other things that you get to look at. So you get to look at all of your subjects from a really broad perspective, and from a perspective which brings in many different things, and that's really exciting. So it also, a little more specifically, it will cover all of your general requirements at PUC. Technically, you end up with a little bit smaller number of general classes, but the classes that you take will be fairly complex. They'll be fairly intense. There's a lot of reading, there's a lot of writing, there's a lot of research. So you'll be delving into things pretty deeply. And so
within that, even though you have potentially not potentially, you will have fewer general classes, those classes themselves will be pretty encompassing, and definitely you will have intellectual challenges all along the way, which in the very best possible way. It's a very exciting sort of intellectual challenge. So I mentioned how much reading and writing you do, and so hopefully that's something that's really exciting for you. You also have the opportunity to have classes from a lot of different professors, which potentially in any general education program, you get to experience classes from a lot of different professors. But you really have an exciting opportunity to have a lot of different professors with really interesting expertise teach you in your seminars. And so you get to know people really well, because the format of the classes is really oriented to discussion. And a lot of the time the class sizes are a little bit on the smaller side. So you have such an opportunity to get to know both your professors as well as your fellow students. So from a community standpoint, it's a really fantastic opportunity. You end up with a group of people that you go through a lot of the same classes together. You have a lot of the same experiences, and really you have the opportunity to make lifelong friends and sustaining relationships that will be really great throughout your academic career. Obviously, being an honor student is really cool when it comes to applying to professional school and graduate school. The fact that you have engaged in an interdisciplinary, somewhat intense general education program looks very good on a CV, and it looks really good both for professional schools such as medical or dental school, or graduate schools, so any subject area graduate school. It is something that really stands out to recruiters, and it's something that looks really good. And you also have the opportunity to work on a project toward the end of your academic career, and this is something that you really have the opportunity to personalize and to make absolutely your own. So it can be something that you're really fascinated by personally, and it can be something that is translatable into your longer professional career. So if you're becoming a doctor, you can do something related to the sciences, and you can do something that's really related to your area of interest in your long-term professional career. So I cannot stress enough how awesome the honors program is. So please come and hear more about it. We are meeting on Thursday, September 10 from 2 p.m. to 2:50. So definitely join us online, and I hope to see you there.
All right, that is information from our honors program and our new director, Allison Fox. She's wonderful. You know, she's actually a student from our honors program here at PUC, and she graduated from that program and went to graduate school and became one of our librarians extraordinaire.
Wow. Well, I've had a lot of students who've come through who've actually been part of my student leadership program, who've been essay officers on our campus, that have gone through the honors program, and they rave about how much they actually enjoy going to classes, because it's such a fun place to learn in the classroom. So again, we encourage you guys to look into that program.
Yeah, and if you are an honors student already, that is your director, and hope you're looking forward to it. And if you're just joining us, you're here with me, the academic dean, Milbert Mariano, and Doug Wilson. You want to say who you are, Doug?
My long title, Director of Student Engagement and Leadership.
Yep. And we're here going through the campus resources that we have here at PUC, and hope you're enjoying looking at all the different resources that we have. Yeah. And you'll want to stick around because we have a special guest coming up after a couple more segments.
That's right.
But Doug, what do we have coming up next?
Well, when I say it, I need you guys to sit down because a lot of you are going to be excited. And here, okay, I'll just say it. The library. Now, I know what you're thinking, right? The library, how is this an important resource? Well, you're about to find out. Take a look.
Greetings, PUC students. Welcome to the PUC Library, virtually. I just want to highlight a few things that we have available for you at the PUC Library. First of all, we have 4 librarians that work here and a staff member. And we are always available, ready for you whenever you have a need. Just get a hold of one of us and we will be happy to help. We also have spaces in the library for you to study, for individual study. And when you first come in, grab one of these cute little colored table markers and you can pick a study table marker, or you can pick a comfy chair marker, and you go to that space, and when you're done, you return the marker to the circ desk, and then we know which space to go and make ready for the next user. We also have computer stations. We have tables with computers on them, and we also have a computer lab that you can select one of those to go and study at as well. We also have available for you laptops that you can check out for a couple of days, and then when you return them, they will be available for other people to use. We also have free printing available at the library, and you can print either black and white or you can do colored printing with the color printers. Now, let me just give you a quick little tour of our library website, because a lot of the times that's how you will interact with the library. So when you come into the library website, you're going to see right up front this space right here, and the Discovery tab will already be highlighted. So you can click in this search box, and it's very similar, kind of Google-ish, and you can search many of our databases that we have available to you with this one search box. So give it a try, and we'll be glad to give you further instruction anytime you need on how to use it. We also have in the next tab a search box that only searches the library catalog. These are the materials that are actually in the building and are directly part of the library collection. We also have a Link Plus search box. Link Plus is a wonderful tool that is available to you here at PUC. When you do a search here, you can see results from the PUC collection, but you will also see results from libraries all across California, about 50 public and university libraries. And the materials that you see listed can be requested right online. You can just click request this item and put in your email, your student ID number, and it will come automatically right here to the PUC library. You'll get an email to come pick it up in about 3 days, and then you can check it out just as if it was a PUC item. You can renew it for a second 3 weeks, just like a regular PUC
and that
item.
Is information about our library. I know some of you, again, when you first saw it, like, library, why are we looking at that? They have some really important resources for you, and that whole team, they're going to be open, the library will be open, and they are ready to help you succeed academically here.
Yeah, they're ready for people on campus and off campus. So they are ready, and they are a wonderful resource. When you get here to campus, they'll be a wonderful resource. And it's a great place to even just hang out. When I go into the library, I don't feel like I'm in a library. I feel like I'm in Starbucks or something like that, because just the atmosphere is a great atmosphere.
It's true. We remodeled it recently, and so there's a very comfortable feel, and they've got actually group study rooms in there as well, and then of course individual study areas on different floors. So take advantage of the resource of the library. And if you are just joining us, welcome to this resource video segment. My name is Doug Wilson. I'm the Director of Student Engagement and Leadership on campus. With me is the one and only, your academic dean, Milbert Mariano, the living legend right here.
Well, yeah, and you know, everything you say about the library is correct. And again, when you get here to campus, it will be a wonderful place for you to hang out at and study in. They're not doing that now, as Patrick Benner, the head librarian, said. They're doing it safely. They're doing it distanced. No group study areas yet. If you're doing a group study, you're going to have to be from 6 feet with a mask on, say, hey, what's the answer to number 2? Or
correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you for clarifying, Milbert. We just want to make sure right now we're being very safe, social distancing. Those places are not open yet, but the library is ready for you to help you.
As you can see, we are social distancing ourselves.
We're more than 6 feet because, first of all, he has an aura about him, and I can't get closer than about 8 or 10 feet. So thank you, Milbert, for letting me just be this close. Yeah. This is great. This is great. But what's the next segment coming up, Milbert?
That is a good question. What is coming up next? Well, let me just tell you, in a little bit, we are going to have a special guest. So
that's right.
Make sure that you stick around for a special guest. But we're going to hear now from our Global Development Studies program, just a little bit from our director, Dr. William Logan. And he, you know, we'll talk about him when we get back, but he's a great guy, teaches in the history department, but he's our director of our Global Development Studies program. So take it away, Dr. Logan.
Hi, I'm Dr. William Logan, and I am the director of the Global Development Studies program here at PUC. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about the program and what some of its special features are and why you should consider signing up for it. First thing to know about Global Development Studies is that it is designed to be a second major. So students sign up for the GDS after already signing up for another major. Many students add the emphasis that just corresponds with their major, but another approach that you could do if you have multiple interests is you could add a GDS with an emphasis for a second interest that you have. Please reach out to me if you have any questions about the program. I'll be happy to answer them for you, and I look forward to hearing from you. And hope you consider signing up for the GDS program. Bye.
Okay, we're back here, and you heard from our Global Development Studies Director, Dr. Willie Logan, and I think that is a wonderful new major that we have some wonderful students in that are doing some great things. So, and it has a great future, and it's part of kind of who we are here at PUC. And like he said, you know, you take a major, and this is on top of your major, and that you are going to be better prepared to serve with love.
And that's what we're all about here at PUC. So again, if you are just joining us, welcome to this segment. My name is Doug Wilson. I'm the Director of Student Engagement and Leadership on campus. And with me is your academic dean, Milbert Mariano. And we are just going through some of the resources that we have for you here on our campus.
Yeah, and a lot of PUC students choose to go into healthcare, and particularly allied health, all the different allied healths there are. And so our director of that program is Vicki Saunders, and she's going to tell you all about allied health. There is so much to learn and so much to know. So take a look at what Vicki Saunders has to teach us about allied health.
Hi, I'm Kent Rufo, and I'm the Pacific Union College campus chaplain. I want to read a verse to you. It comes from 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17.
That was not Vicki Saunders.
Well, you know, things happen.
Yeah, things happen. You know, live TV is always an adventure. But we will
get there shortly. But that was actually Kent Rufo. That's a teaser, really. Yeah. That's a teaser. Kent Rufo is our chaplain here on campus, and you're going to enjoy hearing from him very soon. So little teaser, stick around. He's coming up next. But
Yeah,
Allied
he's
Health.
going to be, yeah, no, he's the, what you call it, the climax of the whole program.
Yeah, he's the real deal, and you're going to want to hear from him. But Allied Health is what we were trying to look at with Vicki Saunders. This is a really important thing on campus.
Yeah,
and
we have a lot of students doing Allied Health.
A lot of growth in this area, and this is why we want you to look at this.
And one other thing about Allied Health is PUC has what are called MOUs, or Memorandums of Understanding, with Loma Linda University, and they have a lot of the Allied Health programs, and you could get an AS here at PUC, you can get a degree here at PUC, and then move on to Loma Linda University and either get a bachelor's or even master's programs.
Wow.
PUC actually does have a few new programs, by the way, that we are very excited about.
Let's hear about them.
We have our data science program, which is brand new from our math and physics department. We have global health, which is part of Allied Health. And last, we have the paramedic option for our emergency management services program. And so 3 new programs, check them out when you come to PUC. And if you don't have a major, if you're thinking you want to get into an area very close to those, again, data science, paramedics, and global health. Wow. But now we're going to hear from Vicki Saunders talking about Allied.
We'll see if it shows up this time.
I think it will.
Yeah, we believe in Vicki.
Hello, my name is Vicki Saunders, and I work in the Department of Nursing and Health Science. I have a master's degree. I'm a registered dietitian. I'm the academic advisor for everybody at PUC, almost everybody, who is pre-Allied Health. And I'm also the coordinator for the Health Science program. So my first question for you is, do you know what Allied Health is? Some of you do, but some of you might not be sure. One of the things that is increasingly somewhat different in the current practice of medicine and medical care than when my father practiced medicine is that healthcare professionals work as a team. And there's all kinds of people who are part of that team, and allied health professionals are some of those. So what is an allied health professional? Well, there's a lot of different definitions that vary sometimes from place to place and even from country to country. But the primary description of allied health professionals are those who are not doctors or dentists or nurses or optometrists. There are collectively more allied health professionals than any other group of professionals, and it continues to grow. They make up almost 60% of healthcare workers. So Pacific Union College has the prerequisites for almost 20 different pre-allied health programs. We have a relationship with our sister institution, which is Loma Linda University in Southern California. Loma Linda University does the actual professional training. At Pacific Union College, we do the prerequisites. And we have several different kinds of programs. And so I want to show you some of them just fairly quickly. We have some programs that are 2-year programs. That means that they're associate degrees. And we call them a 1+1. That means that you do 1 year of prerequisites here at PUC, and then you apply to Loma Linda to finish up the program and to graduate there. And here are some of those programs. Cardio electrophysiology technician. That's an AS program, and it's one of the best kept secrets. There's only 3 programs in the whole country. Loma Linda is one of those 3. And it is an associate degree that really makes a pretty good living, and it's in significant demand. So I like to just put that out there for people who might not have heard of it or might not have thought of it as a way to take a professional program. A physical therapy assistant. To be a physical therapist, you have to become a doctorate at an entry level. but you can be a physical therapy assistant and do most of the clinical things that a physical therapist does with an associate degree. You just can't do the assessment or diagnosis component of it, but you can do the treatment. And then medical radiography technician. That's an associate degree to be what used to be called an X-ray tech, but nowadays there are so many different substances that are used to do medical imaging with that we call them medical radiography or medical radiographer technician. And with that AS degree, you can work as a radiation technologist, and you could take additional. You can see on this list here, you can take some additional certifications to make yourself more marketable in, say, a smaller hospital. So CAT scans, MRIs, dosimetry, radiation therapy, ultrasound technology, all of those can be added on to your AS degree as a certificate. Now, some that used to be a certificate have become bachelor's degrees, and we'll look at those here in just a minute. So the professions that require a bachelor's degree or a 4-year degree is what we call a 2+2. That's 2 years at Pacific Union College and then 2 years at Loma Linda in order to finish the professional training. So here are some of those: clinical lab science and cytotechnology. They're pretty strongly related to each other. They're great for people who don't see themselves doing a lot of direct patient care and would rather do behind the scenes work. So they work in the laboratory and they check the blood samples and the urine samples and all the other samples that you donate when you go to see the doctor. And they are absolutely necessary for any kind of diagnosis. So doctors rely heavily on those. And for one clinical lab scientist that I know, he says that as his generation retires, they're getting really short of clinical lab technicians. So it's an area where they do have a lot of openings. And cytotechnology is just a little more narrow version of lab work. It's working specifically with cells. But the professor at Loma Linda, or the director of the program there, said once that it actually pairs very well with people who have artistic leanings. Because what you're looking for is patterns and designs in what goes on with the cells. Health information management, and at the master's level referred to as informatics, is a profession for someone who for sure doesn't prefer to do patient care. This is somebody who's dealing with medical records. And used to be medical records were all paper, and now they're shifting almost completely to being electronic medical records, but it's extremely important for the information to be kept and to preserved, and it's also important for the billing process that it's properly coded, and it's important if there's ever any lawsuits to have that information. And so it's a very responsible job, and a person can rise fairly quickly because it's not heavily loaded with professionals. So there's a lot of room for growth. Nuclear medicine technologist is another one that used to be a certificate, and it is also a medical imaging profession that has become a bachelor's degree. Nutrition and dietetics, that one is my degree. And radiation sciences, that's more the general generic medical imaging. And to get a bachelor's degree in medical imaging allows you not only just to be able to do the treatments and therapies, but also perhaps to do some management at some point, and also helps you to progress to the master's level if you decide you want to, because the master's level is a fairly recent new thing, which is a radiologist assistant, and it's the same level as a physician assistant as far as that education is concerned. Orthotics and prosthetics. This is really great for people who like to work with their hands. The one that lives nearest to us here at PUC has a couple of different offices and workshops So you work with patients and you work with your hands. So you make the braces, which are the orthotics, and you make the artificial limbs, which are the prosthetics. Dental hygiene technically isn't in the School of Allied Health. It resides in the School of Dentistry, but its level is the same as Allied Health, and it's one that I also do the advising for. Respiratory therapist is Allied Health. Respiratory therapist is a cross between very sedate treatments of people doing breathing treatments and very adrenaline-inducing rescue operations for trying to get people breathing again. Now, there are a few allied health professions in which you have to have a graduate degree in order to even start working. And we call those a 3+4 or a 2+3. So here we go. Occupational therapy is one of those, and physical therapy is one of those. Occupational therapy, nowadays, you have to have a bachelor's degree first and then a 2-year master's degree after that. And it's very possible that they may be moving in the next few years to being a doctorate degree as well. Physical therapy, to be a physical therapist, you have to have a doctorate in order to even start working nowadays. So that means that you get a bachelor's degree while you're here and then go on to apply for the doctorate program at Loma Linda. Now, it used to be that you didn't have to get a full bachelor's degree for Loma Linda. You could get 3 years worth of prerequisites and then apply. So we called it a 3+3. But because of some changes in the professional organization in California, Loma Linda shifted it to a 4+3. But Andrews University in Michigan, which is another one of our sister institutions, still offers a 3+3. So if you wanted to shave 1 year off of your training, you could apply there. And if you don't mind Michigan winters, that could save you a year. Another one that is a 4+2, the physician assistant program. And adjacent to us here is the pathologist assistant. Pathologist assistant isn't housed in the School of Allied Health, but it's in the School of Medicine. But again, it's an equivalent, an allied health equivalent, so it's the same level as the physician assistant and the radiologist assistant as far as work is concerned. This here I probably mentioned already, the health workforce changes. In 1960, allied health was about 18% of the medical professions. In 1970, it was 37%. In 2000, it was 45%, and now it's about 60%. And so it continues to grow. So allied health professionals, like nurses, like other health professionals, they have to have professional training, formal education. They are credentialed, so they have to have a certificate or registration or licensure, and they collaborate with the rest of the healthcare team to help with identifying, preventing, treating diseases, disabilities, disorders. And here is a picture of Nickel Hall at Loma Linda University, which is where their School of Allied Health is. Once upon a time, it was the old Loma Linda Sanitarium and Hospital. But of course, as you know, there's another Loma Linda Medical Center now, and they're in the process of building yet another. But that's where you would apply to if you were going to Loma Linda for a program in one of the allied health programs. So if you want more information about any of these programs, check with me. I am in the Nursing and Health Science Department and would be glad to elaborate on more of the specifics for any one of these different allied health professions.
Okay, as promised, we have a special guest here in our studio, and before we get to that, just remember Allied Health, Vicki Saunders, and hope you've been enjoying all our segments so far and understanding what all the resources are available here at PUC. We have one more to go, but before we get to that, we have our special guest, and it's Pioneer Pete. So hopefully you're happy to see Pioneer Pete. He should know lots and lots about PUC and PUC's history, and so should you. You learned a little bit this morning from Katie Van Arsdale of our library. But I'm going to ask you, Pioneer Pete, how are you doing? You are doing okay. Good to know. And how long have you been around PUC? How many, put up fingers, about, 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, 10, 10 years. You are our wonderful mascot for our pioneers, and you've been around for 10 years. That is awesome. So you've been around long enough to know a bit of PUC history. So let's ask you, we are an educational institution, so we do things like quizzes here. So I'm going to give you a quiz, Pioneer Pete, about PUC. So the first question I'm going to ask you is, what year was PUC founded? Was it in 1492, 1776, 1882, or 1982? Which one was it? You are pointing to C, 1882. That is correct. We have been around for that long, and we have actually been around longer than Stanford University. And so we are one of 12 colleges and universities in California that started in 1882. So you got it right, Pioneer Pete. Good job. Okay, Pioneer Pete, next question. We have 3 questions for you. The second one is, which residence hall is on the site of the original Angwin Hotel? Which is your residence hall on the site of the original Angwin Hotel? Is it A, Winning Hall, B, Groff Hall, C, Newton Hall, or D, Granger Hall? You're pointing to D, Granger Hall, and you are correct, Pioneer Pete. Good job. So Granger Hall, yes, that is the site of the original Angwin Hotel. When PUC bought the property in 1909, there was a hotel here and a resort. So we, of course, are in a world famous resort area, and Granger Hall is on the site of the original resort Angwin Hotel. Last question, Pioneer Pete. What is the name of the 23rd president of PUC? Is it A, Bob Cushman, B, Sidney Brownsberger, C, Malcolm Maxwell, or D, Floyd Rittenhouse? Trick kind of question, because you may not know the numbers of the 23rd. Who's the 23rd president? Your guess is A, Robert Cushman. You are correct. Bob Cushman is the 23rd president of PUC, and he's busy working in his office right now. And Pioneer Pete, you've got 3 out of 3, so you win the prize of knowing that you know so much about PUC since you are Pioneer Pete. So thank you for joining us, Pioneer Pete. And everybody, hopefully you've enjoyed our special guest. He's been around for 10 years, and he is at all our athletics games, which hopefully we will be starting up later on in the school year. And anyways, we have one final segment, and this is from our campus ministries, as you were teased with before, and it is Kent Rufo talking about a very important part of our campus ministries. So take it away, Pastor Rufo. Anyways, he will be joining us in just a couple seconds, but I'm just here with Pioneer Pete, our special guest, and it has been a great day for our resource tour across campus. And as we said, coming up is our last one, and that is Kent Rufo, our PUC chaplain, and he's going to talk about campus ministries and how you can get involved with ministries here on campus, whether it's on campus or off. And also in the future, when you do come to PUC campus, get involved with campus ministries. There's so many different ways to do that. And he will show you how.
Hi, I'm Kent Rufo, and I'm the Pacific Union College campus chaplain. I want to read a verse to you. It comes from 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 17. It says, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old is gone, the new has come." I don't know if you realize that, but that's talking about life transformation. And I realize that you are coming here for life transformation. You might not realize that that's what you're coming here for, but you are coming here to have your life changed. You're coming here for a degree. Well, hopefully that changes your options for work, life transformation. You're coming here to make friends. Well, that will hopefully change your life. All of this experience should be life transformational. Now at Campus Ministries, that's exactly why we exist. We exist so that your life can be transformed in a positive way. So what we do, what I'm here for in the chaplain's office, is actually for spiritual care. If you're struggling with something, it doesn't matter what religious background you come from or anything. If you are struggling with questions, if you want to know more about God, if you want to know more about life, come visit the chaplain's office and we can talk. We're also here to provide opportunities to serve. As you know, we have a missions department here, and we have extensive community service or even opportunities to serve across our borders. If you want to get involved on campus, we actually have opportunities where you could start Bible studies. You could be in a Bible study or even lead out a Bible study. You could get involved in praise and worship music. You could be a praise leader. Also, you could have opportunities that if you feel so called to speak, you could speak in front of crowds. There are so many opportunities for you to serve. So we want to encourage you as much as possible to join as many life transformational opportunities as you can. God bless and welcome.
That was it from our chaplain, campus chaplain, Kent Rufo. Thank you all for joining us today. We've enjoyed having you all learning about all the different resources that we have available here on our campus. And Doug, you missed a great segment. Sorry you had to go for a little bit.
Yeah, sorry, I had to just run out real quick, but I heard the special guest was great.
Yeah, we had Pioneer Pete here. He did a great job. He took a quiz and he got all 3 answers right. He passed. So good job for Pioneer Pete. So sorry you missed it, but hopefully all of you have been enjoying this morning and learning about the resources on campus. There's a lot going on. We thank you for joining us. Thank you, Doug, for being a part of this.
And thank you, Mobert, for your excellent hosting skills.
No, you're the excellent host.
No. We've had a good time. Thank you for joining us today.